having one of your young adult children diagnosed with cancer, obviously the focus is immediately on the patient or the child or young adult child that has the cancer and all the treatment. And as a couple, if you are living with your husband or wife, then of course that changes the dynamic of your relationship for the duration of the cancer experience. And the intimacy of your life together is being challenged. You're tired. You are maybe not emotionally on the same page. Maybe one of you is really believes they're going to get well, the child is going to survive, and maybe one of you doesn't feel that way. And it can create quite an interesting dynamic, which I think, again, it's sort of one of those things that I would really suggest that if you find yourself being alienated from one another and feeling isolated, that they do have some wonderful services offered, usually through the cancer agencies, psychologists and social workers and counselors that will actually work with you. Because I think that you each have to know that whatever your experience is, that it's the right one for you. And even though your partner, who you've always maybe been in sync with, all of a sudden you're not, that not only are you dealing with the fact that your child is sick and maybe dying, that you're also dealing with the fact that your relationship, the intimacy, the comfort zones that provided you the day-to-day strength to get through a normal day are no longer there. And how do you fix that? And so I just felt that if, fortunately with my husband and I, that we were pretty good in communicating and being there for each other, but also allowing each other to find people outside of the relationship to give us the support we need. Friends, mutual friends or a relative, just somebody else that you can share your deepest, darkest secrets with, as well as your joys. Just because then, when you come together as a couple, you can be more supportive. You're not necessarily trying to save each other or fix each other during the process. That maybe someone outside of that relationship can do that. And so when you come back together, you're stronger, and you can focus together on your young adult child. When you're a parent of a young adult living with cancer, there's always the possibility that they will survive, which is fantastic. And then you live with the aftermath of that altogether for the rest of their lives. When you're the parent of the child that dies, then that puts you in a different place. And that certainly is my experience. My daughter, Sarah, at age 23, was diagnosed, and she died when she was 26. So we were with her for a 2.5-year period of a cancer experience. And a lot of people come up to me and ask me, how do you survive the loss of a child, even if they're a young adult child? And I guess for myself, it's like honoring the time that you had with them. I feel that I was really fortunate to be able to be Sarah's mother, whether I chose her or she chose me, whatever I believe. But yeah, I don't think you ever get over it. I mean, obviously, you never get over the loss. Fortunately for me, I funneled all my energies into producing a film that Sarah wanted called Chasing Rainbows, Young Adults Living with Cancer. And it was a film to help other young adults face what they experience, and she really felt a need to share this with every young adult cancer patient around the world, really. And so I've been very focused since she died in the year 2000 to make that dream come true for her. So I guess I've been able to funnel a lot of my grief into that process. However, it seems that the further I get away from Sarah's death, that the reality of it, all the loss of the potential, all the times you want to turn around and say, oh, Sarah would have liked that, or wish I could see Sarah. Like, what does Sarah look like now? What would she have looked like at age 34? Because she died when she was 26. Her sister continues to get older, and I look at her and I go, oh, Jenny, you're getting little lines around your eyes, or you know, you just have a more experienced feeling about you, and you just, Sarah just stays the same age in the photographs on her wedding day that we have of her, and she's forever youthful as we all age, and that's an interesting concept to live with.